Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing in college football. We're going to be recapping Pac-12 Media Day. That's right. All that and more. My name is Darren. That is AJ. And this is the DNA Sports Recap.
Roll the intro.
If you are part of the 95% of our audience that is not subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you. How's it going, AJ?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Been a crazy week for me. How about you?
Oh, yeah. It's been a good week. It flew by, actually. It feels like we were just here. That's perfectly fine. A lot of good stuff happened over this week, so let's go ahead and recap that. Let's start with Pac-12 Media Day. So the Utes come back a couple days ago from being the two-time conference champions. What's your first thought on Pac-12 Media Day?
Pac-12 Media Day was headlined with college football superstars, dude. I mean, the amount of talent in the Pac-12 this year, I mean, quarterback standpoint, however you want to look at it, is just insane. You know, at Pac-12 Media Day, you've got Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Cam Rising, Michael Penix Jr. These are big name quarterbacks. All of them showed up and reported to talk about, you know, all the stuff that's going to happen this season for them.
I don't know how much of, did you catch Coach Whittingham's interview at all?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it.
Yeah, I love it. It's great to be on top, you know?
Yeah.
It definitely didn't feel like it though. Like if you watched a lot of the interviews, Utah definitely had a kind of a humble aspect of being there still.
Every year, dude.
You know, they still, I mean, they're two-time conference champions. You know, they're looking to try and do a repeat, which we'll get into a little bit, a three-peat.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get into that a little bit later, but there definitely wasn't any of that kind of bravado amongst the people that were there from the University of Utah.
No, I mean, the Utes are absolutely getting overlooked once again. The health of Cam Rising is a question. Mm-hmm. And then just, can this Utah football team keep performing at the level they have with all of this high-end talent that's in the Pac-12? I mean, yet to see, but they did lead the way with 6 all Pac-12 first team selections, you know, in the pre-conference. So
yeah, let's jump into that a little bit. Let's talk about, do you feel that Cam was snubbed on not making the preseason all conference?
No, not really.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, no. I love Cam, and I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the conference. But when you have Caleb Williams and Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix, did Bo Nix get snubbed?
No,
you know
those were the first. Those are 3 out of the 5 best quarterbacks in all of college football.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you can make an argument for the top 3 to make the top 5 pretty much anywhere in college football. So I don't think he was snubbed. I can understand the arguments over Bo Nix. I mean, Bo Nix was a little bit more efficient in a passing game than Cam was. You got Michael Penix, who led the league in passing last year, like as far as passing yards. And then you have, you know, Caleb Williams, obviously the Heisman winner. So what was your biggest takeaway from Pac-12 Media Day? You know,
I watched a ton of the interviews and stuff, and the thing that I liked the most about it was, I mean, I just love watching the interviews of some of these like high-end quarterbacks, and I don't know if I had like a real takeaway. Like I think the Utes are going to be ridiculously underrated this year. I think they have a much better chance to three-peat than most people are actually giving them credit for. Everyone's saying USC is gonna run it and make the college playoff, and you know, obviously Oregon's always a super talented team that's got a shot. And I mean, it's not just me being a hometown guy, but like, I think the Utes legitimately are returning one of the best teams in the conference.
Continuity, huge.
They've got a ton of continuity. They've got, talent all over the roster. I mean, and I think they got a chance to win it all again. So there's some big time games this year.
Yeah, I definitely think that. I do think it did kind of fall in their lap a little bit last year. I mean, you can argue that if things didn't actually break their way, like there was literally 4 things that had to break their way in order for them to even make it to the Pac-12 championship game, and it just happened to do it. And they made the most of it. You got to give them credit. They did win the conference.
They took care of business.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that's probably what they're thinking of. Is just,
not to mention they had to beat a really talented USC team for the second time last year.
Yes.
So
yes,
I mean, if there's anybody that's got any comments, you know, what I mean, I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below. Absolutely. What were your takeaways of Pac-12 Media Day? I'll tell you my biggest takeaway. So we had 3 people there for the University of Utah. We obviously had Coach Witt, right? You had Cam Rising, but Cole Bishop was also there.
Yep.
One thing I learned about Cole Bishop is he's actually a better golfer than me.
No way.
Yeah, I heard on the one of the interviews that he recently shot at 91. So, which is more than I've been able to ever do.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
So yeah, good job there, Cole. You're much better.
What a stud, dude.
Much better. So yeah, there was 6 first teams for all conference for Utah, 8 total. We had 2 others in second team, none in the third team. So I thought that was pretty impressive. Good representation for the Utes in the preseason all conference.
Yep.
So quite interesting.
Yep. Pretty good. And I mean, dude, there's some huge games coming up in the Pac-12 conference this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, October 14th, Utah or Oregon at Washington. I mean, that's a huge matchup between Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr. I mean, if you're just going quarterback matchups, I mean, you can go all the way down the row. October 21st, Utah at USC. October 28th, Oregon at Utah. November 4th, Washington at USC. Huge games, dude. These are huge games. And then November 11th is a huge day. USC at Oregon and Utah at Washington.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's some massive quarterback matchups that are coming in the conference. This is going to be such a fun year to watch Pac-12 football.
Absolutely. It's also the swan song for USC and UCLA. They're going to be the last time they're in the conference.
Yep.
So that's kind of a big deal. It's also the first time we have Coach Prime in conference. You know, we're going to see how he's going to do.
We'll see.
In Colorado. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, I thought that was all interesting. Did you catch the FanDuel rating? The FanDuel rating came out for the Pac-12. They have the Utes finishing 3rd.
I believe it. The Utes thrive in that, man. This is what they want. They don't want anybody to tell them they're going to win the conference.
Can't tell you who's first and second. When I saw Utes were 3rd, I'm like, okay.
Almost guaranteed it's USC and Oregon.
Probably.
They're, I mean, 2 of the most talented teams top to bottom in the conference every single year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we'll see. We'll definitely see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens, when camp breaks. You know, it is, as at the time of recording or the time of filming, 35 days from college football.
Dude, I'm so excited.
So, yeah,
I can't even sit still in this chair. I'm so excited for college football to start.
All right, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Also look out for our other video that we capped, Big 12 as well. That should be coming out shortly. So we'll have that coming to you as well. So you got anything else?
That's what I got, man.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, once again, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, keep in mind this is available as a podcast. This was our first official live stream of the event. So for all of our viewers who popped in for a minute and took a look at it, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.